Okay, hi guys. I did my poet presentation on Maya Angelou, and my name is Sydney Simnett. So let's get into it. So I chose 5 of her most famous poems, and I also chose them just because I felt like they were pretty relatable and they were also pretty good examples of her work. So the first poem I chose is called I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings. A free bird leaps on the back of the wind and floats downstream till the current ends, and dips his wing in the orange sun rays and dares to claim the sky. But a bird that stalks down his narrow cage can seldom see through his bars of rage. His wings are clipped and his feet are tied, so he opens his throat to sing. The caged bird sings with a fearful trill of things unknown, but longed for still. And his tune is heard on the distant hill, for the caged bird sings of freedom. The free bird thinks of another breeze, and the trade winds soft through the sighing trees, and the fat worms waiting on a dawn bright lawn, and he names the sky his own. But a caged bird stands on the grave of dreams. His shadow shouts on a nightmare scream. His wings are clipped and his feet are tied, so he opens his throat to sing. The caged bird sings with a fearful trill of things unknown but longed for still, and his tune is heard on the distant hill, for the caged bird sings of freedom. Poem number 2 is called Phenomenal Woman. This is honestly probably my favorite of her poems. It's just such a great poem. Pretty women wonder where my secret lies. I'm not cute or built to suit a fashion model's size. But when I start to tell them, they think I'm telling lies. I say, it's the reach of my arms, the span of my hips, the stride of my step, the curl of my lips. I'm a woman, phenomenally. Phenomenal woman, that's me. I walk into a room just as cool as you please, and to a man the fellows stand or fall down on their knees. Then they swarm around me, a hive of honey bees. I say, it's the fire in my eyes and the flash of my teeth, the swing in my waist and the joy in my feet. I'm a woman, phenomenally. Phenomenal woman, that's me. Men themselves have wondered what they see in me. They try so much, but they can't touch my inner mystery. When I try to show them, they say they still can't see. I say, it's in the arch of my back, the sun of my smile, the ride of my breasts, the grace of my style. I'm a woman, phenomenally. Phenomenal woman, that's me. Now you understand just why my head's not bowed. I don't shout or jump about or have to talk real loud. When you see me passing, it ought to make you proud. I say, it's in the click of my heels, the bend of my hair, the palm of my hand, the need for my care. 'Cause I'm a woman, phenomenally. Phenomenal woman, that's me. Poem number 4 is called Still I Rise. You may write me down in history with your bitter, twisted lies. You may trod me in the very dirt, but still, like dust, I'll rise. Does my sassiness upset you? Why are you beset with gloom? 'Cause I walk like I've got oil wells pumping in my living room. Just like moons and like suns, with the certainty of tides, just like hopes springing high, still I rise. Did you want to see me broken, bowed head and lowered eyes, shoulders falling down like teardrops, weakened by my soulful cries? Does my haughtiness offend you? Don't you take it awful hard, 'cause I laugh like I've got gold mines digging in my own backyard. You may shoot me with your words, you may cut me with your eyes, you may kill me with your hatefulness, but still, like air, I'll rise. Does my sexiness upset you? Does it come as a surprise that I dance like I've got diamonds at the meeting of my thighs? Out of the huts of history's shame, I rise. Up from a past that's rooted in pain, I rise. I'm a black ocean, leaping and wide. Welling and swelling, I bear in the tide. Leaving behind nights of terror and fear, I rise. Into a daybreak that's wondrously clear, I rise. Bringing the gifts that my ancestors gave, I am the dream and the hope of the slave. I rise, I rise, I rise. Poem number 5 is Plagued Journey. Actually, this might be poem number 4. I may be mistaken. There is no warning rattle at the door, nor heavy feet to stomp the foyer boards. Safe in the dark prison, I know that. Light slides over. The fingered work of a toothless woman in Pakistan. Happy prints of an invisible time are illuminated. My mouth agape rejects the solid air and lungs hold. The invader takes direction and seeps through the plaster walls. It is at my chamber, entering the keyhole, pushing through the padding of the door. I cannot scream. A bone of fear clogs my throat. It is upon me. It is sunrise, with hope, its arrogant rider. My mind, formerly quiescent in its snug encasement, is strained to look upon their rapturous visages, to let them enter even into me. I am forced, outside myself, to mount the light and ride joined with hope. Through all the bright hours I cling to expectation until darkness comes to reclaim me as its own. Hope fades, day is gone into irredeemable place, and I am thrown back into the familiar bonds of disconsolation. Gloom crawls around, lapping. There's some interesting words in these poems, let me tell you. Lasciviously, between my toes, at my ankles, and it sucks the strands of my hair. It forgives my heady fling with hope. I am joined again into its greedy arms. Okay, this is a poem from one of her books, The Pulse of Morning. This is poem number 5. There we go. A rock, a river, a tree, hosts to species long since departed, marked the mastodon, the dinosaur who left dried tokens of their sojourn here on our planet floor. Any broad alarm of their hastening doom is lost in the gloom of dust and ages. But today the rock cries out to us, clearly, forcefully. Come, you may stand upon my back and face your distant destiny, but seek no haven in my shadow. I will give you no hiding place down there. You, created only a little lower than the angles, have crouched too long in the bruising darkness, have lain too long, face down in ignorance, your mouth spilling words armed for slaughter. The rock cries out to us today, you may stand upon me, but do not hide your face. So a little intro of Maya's life. She was born in St. Louis, Missouri, 1928. She was raised by her grandmother and brother. She lived with them most of her upbringing, along with her grandmother's boyfriend, who actually raped her at a young age of 7, which I feel like really influenced a lot of her work. Her uncles ended up murdering the man, and Maya became mute for 5 years. She developed a love of language and the arts and read many types of literature. Women got her to speak again and helped her reach the top of her class. She moved to San Francisco. In high school, she took lessons in drama and danced and had a son at only 17. She was a shake dancer, streetcar conductor, fry cook, mechanic shop, worked at cabarets, sang, and began her career as a poet and writer. She's been a poet, storyteller, activist, autobiographer, singer, dancer, actress, composer, and Hollywood's first female director that was Black. Civil rights activist, educator at a college. She's written multiple autobiographies. She was influenced by Langston Hughes, Paul Laurence, Shakespeare, Edgar Allan Poe. She also worked as a streetcar conductor in San Fran. She was the first woman to do that. She lived in Africa, New York, and even Hawaii. Maya's style is sassy, real, raw, vulnerable, strong, confident, fluid, artistic, sometimes repetitive. She focuses on women's empowerment and also racial fairness. Here is a poem I tried to write in her style. The sun rises. It rises in the east, yet sets in the west. The pull of the energy awakens deep into my soul. There's no shame within my heart, for I have lived the life I've lived and made the mistakes I've made. Though they talk about my past and question my future moves, the sun rises and brings forth the newest of days to start again. The sun rises and my spirit feels free. No matter the times they judge or deem me unfit, the sun still rises, giving me a new chance to let go of the thoughts of others. And here's a quote by Maya. It says, if you're always trying to be normal, you will never know how amazing you can be. She was a wonderful woman. Thank you for watching, guys.